Notification squad, where you at? Make sure you click that checkmark box so you can be notified on my content when it's first uploaded. If not,
we coming for you, nigga!
What is up, Nola Squad? My name is Nolagod. Welcome to another review, and I haven't made one of these in some time. The reason why I'm making this review is because I know my channel has been dead, and I know some of y'all have been wanting to check out my latest and my current videos. I haven't had any new videos lately. I've been pretty busy outside of YouTube. I will be uploading more videos sometime this week. But I thought it was best if I start this week off with a review since Battleground was yesterday. Now, the show was pretty decent. I haven't really been into SmackDown like that, but this show pretty much gave me an insight on you know, what's been going on SmackDown lately. Let's start off with Sami Zayn versus Kanellis, and I know we had the pre-show Aiden English versus Ty Dillinger. I didn't watch this match, but I'm predicting Ty Dillinger won. He won, of course. I might be wrong, but I didn't watch it. So, Sami Zayn versus Kanellis. Now, I think this whole feud between them started when they had a little segment backstage, and I just remember Kanellis hit Sami Zayn in the head with a bottle. I think Maria was labeling Sami, he labeled Maria as the fighter, and he labeled Mike as the lover of their relationship or some shit like that. And I know at one point the two had a match, and Mike actually beat Sami because Sami got distracted by Maria. Now at Battleground, Maria tried the same thing. She tried distracting the ref this time, but it didn't work out the way she planned it to, and Sami ended up hitting Mike with that hell of a kick, and bam, Sami came out with the W. They've been putting Sami in a lot of, you know, random matches lately, but you know, this is just one of those upper card feuds he's a part of right now. Mike, I like his attire. This man had all hearts in his attire. One thing I thought of when I saw that attire was the old school Shawn Michaels, because I know back in the day he used to have like all hearts and shit on his attire. Am I the only one that think Mike looked like Heath Slater? Like, when I look at Mike, I always think of Heath Slater. I don't know why, because of the hair and the facial hair, and you know, they can pass for cousins or brothers or something. They look exactly alike, almost. That's just my opinion. Y'all might call me blonde, but that's just what I think. But Sami Zayn came out on top. He got that W. Now moving on to the next match. No. Before I move on to the next match, is this feud between Sami Zayn and Mike over? It might be, because I can't see it going no further. And if the feud does continue, it's probably going to end on SmackDown or something. It's not going to end at no SummerSlam. Hell no. It's probably going to end at one of the SmackDowns between now and SummerSlam. But the next match, Shinsuke versus Baron Corbin. Now, these guys have been feuding for a while now. Now, the last thing I remember, the last major thing that happened between these guys was when Baron Corbin attacked Shinsuke before the Money in the Bank match. Now, at that last pay-per-view, I predicted that Baron Corbin was going to win. But soon as he attacked Shinsuke, my thoughts started changing. My prediction started changing a bit, because I kept thinking Shinsuke was going to have like a Superman moment, you know, come from the dead and come back just kicking ass. But boom, Baron Corbin, he came in kicking ass early, and he left out kicking ass. That man came in the match attacking Shinsuke and left the match with the briefcase. The feud has been going on ever since it started at Money in the Bank, or before Money in the Bank, something like that. But this match ended out of nowhere when Baron low blowed Shinsuke in his nuts. That shit. That was crazy. That was crazy. And Baron was just sitting there smiling. Now this feud is definitely not over after that low blow. Now these two, like I mentioned before, when I said Sami Zayn and Mike, their feud is probably going to end on SmackDown. I think Shinsuke and Baron's feud is going to end on SmackDown as well. So, you know, that the feud between these two are definitely not over. For sure. After that low blow, that man hit him in his nuts. Now, I hate the fact that the match ended this way. I feel like this potentially could have been one of the best matches on the card. The flow of the match was pretty decent in my opinion. I just didn't like the ending. But hey, you know, Baron's the heel, so you know, a heel got to do what a heel got to do heel things. You know, heel traits basically, low blows and shit, stuff like that. Now, if this feud does get taken to a whole different level, not saying this is going to happen, but there's a small possibility we could be seeing Shinsuke versus Baron Corbin with the briefcase on the line. Now that happens, man, you know who's gonna be you definitely know who's gonna be the new Mr. Money in the Bank, Shinsuke. But it might not happen. If it does happen, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy as hell. Now let's get into this. And by the way, Shinsuke was the winner by DQ, of course. let's get into this fatal 5-way elimination match to crown the #1 contender. Charlotte Flair versus Lana versus Becky versus Tamina versus Natalya. Now, I would have loved to see someone different win this match like Tamina, but when she got eliminated first, I was like, damn, Becky eliminated Tamina, and she eliminated Lana. Now, I knew Lana was going to lose for sure because Lana done had way too many title shots. It would have sucked. It would have been really bad if Lana won that match and got another rematch against Naomi. You know, and if she went against Naomi and lost again, that would have just been horrible because she didn't have enough chances. It ended up being between Natalya and Charlotte Flair. Now, my pick between Natalya and Charlotte was obviously Charlotte. I felt like if Charlotte won, then she and Naomi would have had probably one of the best women's matches of all time. And I felt like this match was perfect for SummerSlam, or maybe, hell, it's probably just better off at WrestleMania, I guess, in the future. But Natalya won this match. I didn't like how Natalya won with the schoolboy to the turnbuckle. I mean that's a devastating win or whatever. But at the same time, I was expecting Charlotte and Natalya to go back and forth like they did at the NXT Takeover back in the day. Because you know they do have really good in-ring chemistry. But you know at the end, Natalya got that W. So yeah. Now moving on to the next match, the flag match, Rusev versus John Cena. This match was actually better than I expected. I didn't think this match was going to be better than my expectations. Now, the moment Rusev set them tables up, I knew he was going to lose. I knew Cena was going to put his ass through them tables. Rusev was setting himself up for failure. I saw it coming. The moment them two tables got set up, the match just got too predictable. Way too predictable. And, you know, at the end, John Cena, that man went in Super Cena mode and AA Rusev through that two of them tables and got the flag and won. Now, Rusev had his dominant moments in this match. He locked in the Accolade a few times. Probably I think it was just twice. Yeah, it was just twice. I don't think this feud is over. My gut is telling me it's not over yet. I'm actually glad Cena's in a feud with Rusev right now. Reason why is because I think if Cena wasn't in a feud with Rusev, they might have had him in the championship title picture. And I know a lot of people don't want to see Cena reach 17 times. Honestly, if he was to go after the title again and become champion, I wouldn't be that upset actually because the past few times Cena has been champion, like for example the U.S. Championship, he's actually put on some good matches. And I think if he was to become champion again one day, he might potentially have more great matches. I'm glad he's locked in this feud with Rusev because this give other superstars an opportunity to go after the major title or whatever. But John Cena beat Rusev. You know, that match was just that ending with the two tables or whatever, that was just too predictable. You know, by the time, like I said before, by the time Rusev set those tables up, you know, boom, the match was already over. You already knew it was over by then.
He basically just set himself up for failure, low key.
Now let's move on to the next match. This was probably the best match in my opinion. The match of the night. The Usos versus the New Day for the tag titles, man. This match was crazy. The theme of this match was resiliency. Like, both teams showed a hell of resiliency. This match was back and forth. I'm talking I'm talking Samoan drops, Uso kicks, moves from New Day. It was just back and forth, and every time they was exchanging kickouts back and forth. But it ended with New Day. Kofi hit that damn kick to paradise, and Xavier went for his famous elbow, and boom, that was it. But that was a good match. At one point, I believe one of the Usos caught, I think he caught Xavier Woods with the super kick. He caught him at the last minute, but he still managed to make that look good. That probably was my favorite moment of that match. That was pretty dope. Now, I ain't gonna lie, WWE has done a good job with this feud. At first, I wasn't into the Usos like that, but as time went on, I really started to like them. Now, if y'all haven't checked out that rap battle video, y'all need to check that out because they had a pretty dope rap battle. That was funny. I was not expecting them to, you know, go as far as they did. They went beyond the PG limit, which was great. Is this feud over? I don't think it's over. The Usos are going to use their rematch clause, probably on SmackDown or something. I wanted the Usos to win this match. I feel like the Usos should have held on to the titles longer, but New Day, they got the W. But I'm not upset by that. So I think it's obvious that the Usos and the New Day might have a rematch, because you know the Usos have a rematch clause or whatever. If they can't use their rematch clause, I'm getting the feeling that we might see a SmackDown tournament, and the Usos might win it somehow and end up facing New Day, because they're like pretty much New Day and the Usos are like the top two teams of SmackDown right now. So they're obviously going to have a rematch at some point for the championships. I don't know if it's going to happen on SmackDown. I don't know if it's going to be SummerSlam. But I think either way, it's going to be a good match. Now, if it do be at SummerSlam, I know they better have some type of stipulation. It better be like a ladder match or something, because you know they're going to shut the show down if it's a ladder match. You know, based off how good this match was, I feel like if they have a ladder match at SummerSlam or a TLC match, which they're probably not going to do most likely if it's at SummerSlam, they could potentially have probably one of the best matches of that night. Or possibly match of the night. It all depends. But, yeah, New Day took the W. The next match, the United States Championship match. Now, this match was probably the cringiest match. This is, in my opinion, this could have been way better than what it was if it didn't end like that. I feel like the ending was just trash. It was garbage. This could have potentially been one of the best matches of the night, but that ending was just garbage, man. That ending just completely destroyed everything. So AJ won the title at Madison Square Garden, and boom, out of nowhere, Kevin Owens got it back. He got it back just like that. And I was hearing rumors that the reason why AJ won that was because they wanted it. I'm not sure why. It was a reason. It was a specific reason why they had AJ win that championship at the Garden like so early before Battleground. But Kevin took the title back over some. It was so dumb, man. Like, damn, how did it happen? I think AJ was going for the Styles Clash, but then Kevin reversed it. He threw AJ on the ref, and these two were exchanging cross faces. And at some point, Kevin had the pin locked on AJ, and the ref was awoke and 1, 2, 3 out of nowhere. Like that ending just threw me off completely. But this could have potentially been a way better match. It could have been match of the night possibly if it just didn't end like that. But I don't think the feud is over. You know, a lot of the feuds in this show I done said before that it's probably not over. And yeah, the majority of the matches on this card might not be like feud enders. It's probably going to continue for a long shot, or for the next few weeks possibly. But yeah, Kevin got that W. Now the next match, the main event, Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal for the WWE title. Now, when I was first watching this match, like the first stages of this match, I ain't gonna lie, I made a mistake. I instantly assumed that the match was gonna suck. My gut was just telling me it just wasn't gonna be a good match. It was gonna be a boring match. I was like, man, you know what, man? I might as well just click off the network right now, man. New Day and the Usos, they had match of the night. What's the point of watching this Punjabi prison match? It's probably going to be boring. But, hey, it wasn't. A lot of stuff happened in this match. This was actually a really good match. This is probably the second best match of the night, in my opinion. At some point, Jinder's henchmen tried getting involved in the match. Well, they actually did. And, Orton was kicking their ass. That man was giving them suplexes. And, at some point, one of them climbed to the top. But they climbed they climbed the second cage like all the way up, and then Orton knocked them off, and boom, one of them went through the table. That shit was crazy. That was pretty dope, and he sold that like a boss. That was crazy. And Orton, man, his arm was messed up. Jinder and Orton, they were killing each other with them kendos though, man. Orton, did y'all see Orton's arm though? That man's arm was busted all. It was just blood everywhere. His arm, not blood everywhere like a shitload of blood, but you could tell looking at his arm, he had a few cuts here and there. He was you saw blood. You couldn't miss it whatsoever if you look at his arm. Just as Orton was getting ready to win, out of nowhere you hear Jinder's music, and out of nowhere the Great Khali came out. Now that shit was crazy. I didn't mark out, but I was just left there shocked. I was gonna make a reaction video to it, but I didn't. Due to the fact that I'm in a different location and I didn't have my camera or whatever, but that's why I'm making this review to make up for that. The Great Khali came out. Now, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that whatsoever. As soon as Orton was getting ready to escape, Khali choked his ass, and Jinder climbed to the top. Jinder was looking at Khali and Orton. That man was speaking. I don't know if he was speaking Indian or saying some shit. Yeah, choke him out, Khali. Choke him out. Blah, blah, blah. Speaking Punjabi. He escaped successfully, and Khali just dropped Orton down from the damn prison. And I was shocked. I was actually kind of shocked when Khali tried to climb that. I'm surprised that damn the little bamboo under his feet didn't bust or nothing, because that's a big guy. But I don't think Khali's gonna be back full time or whatever. I think he's just gonna manage Jinder, or pretty much be his little security guard. Whenever Jinder needs it, he's pretty much added to the list of Jinder's henchmen. He's on the same list as the other two guys, just to protect Jinder. That's why he's there. But it's pretty awesome seeing Khali back. But we can already guess who's not gonna be in 2K18. We can already predict that he's not gonna be in 18 for sure. Unless they're, because I think they're done adding names to the roster. They're probably done. But if Khali does make the game, I'm going to be shocked. But I highly doubt it. But tell me what y'all think of Battleground, man. Leave it in the comments, man. And is this feud over between Jinder and Orton? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. If it is over, we definitely might end up seeing Cena versus Jinder. Probably, at some point. But I think it's over. That ending was very controversial and unexpected, so I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over. Orton might still get his revenge at some point. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this review. And yeah, leave any comments. Leave y'all predictions in the comments. I really appreciate that. And if you are a new viewer, hit that subscribe button. Join the Nola Squad. And make sure y'all like me on Facebook, man. I'm finna start uploading clips on there, so go ahead and like me on Facebook. If I'm gonna try to leave that in the description. If I don't, just look on my channel. It should be on my channel links, my Facebook. And follow me on Twitter as well, because I update my Twitter every other day. Whenever I stop uploading videos, I just let y'all know on Twitter, or I might just give y'all some updates on what I got planned for the future. And yeah, that's about it. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.